Hey there, good morning. So, what is a reader? I'm going to talk about that right now, just for a few minutes. Today, I decided that today, let's put it that way, all of this week, actually, I'm going to pop in, do a quick bullet Q&A of questions that come in all of the time, and just answer those questions because we are celebrating the fact that the MasterClass is happening. It's coming back. We're very excited. This will be the last MasterClass. We do a couple of them, but this will be the last series of MasterClasses for the rest of 2020. So get on in there. If you haven't gone, if you haven't been, even if you have, it's all new. So come on into the MasterClass, HollywoodGatekeepers.net/MasterClass, and you can learn about being a reader. So what I'm going to do is every day this week, I'm going to start the day out 8 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain, no, Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, poor Central people, I'm sorry, and 11 a.m. Eastern. And I'm just going to answer a quick question each morning of the questions that we get all the time. And I'm going to start right out the gate because I know we have a lot of new people. We have thousands and thousands of people that are looking at our stuff. And we have a lot of new people that are like, what is a reader? So a lot of you are also like, I've been here a while and I know what a reader is. So you can back me up on this. But basically, a reader is someone who reads screenplays as a career. So they read screenplays, they write kind of like a book report known as coverage, and then they give that coverage to the person who asked them to read the screenplay. That's it in a nutshell. So you basically write that coverage, and we'll cover coverage on another day, but you write that coverage about the screenplay that you just read. And so producers might ask people to read their screenplays. Actors, directors, lawyers, managers, agents, costumers, production designers. There's just distributors. There's a lot of people that it's basically anyone who has a lot of offers coming across their desk, and they get a lot of people going, hey, you want to do my movie? Hey, here's another project I'm thinking of. Hey, how about another one? How about another producer? And they're like, with all these screenplays, right? So they just can't possibly take the time to read them all. And that's where the reader steps in. So the reader steps in. They're like, I got this. They are an expert. Did I say expert? They're an expert at reading the screenplay and then letting the producer know what it was about and what works and doesn't work in the screenplay. That is the nature of being a reader. But what else is a reader? A reader is someone who is a champion for that writer. I know it's called Hollywood Gatekeepers, and I know the idea is that, ooh, the reader's going to shut the gate. But really, in our world, in here, as we talk about reading, it's really about kicking the gate open. So we are gatekeepers in that it comes, the screenplays come through the reader before they go to whoever asked you to read the screenplay, producer, director, lawyer, whatever. But we are the ones, we are the ones that are making an opinion about what should happen with that script. So we, in Hollywood Gatekeepers, and the trainings that we have here in the Facebook group and everywhere else, we have trainings in the MasterClass. We talk about this quite a bit in the MasterClass about how we are that champion for that writer. We are there to make that, to look for the hidden gem in that script and make it as just rocking. We want that writer to break through that gate. That's our goal as a reader. It is not to show how smart and funny we are and that, I know better. It's none of that. It's like, you are amazing. You are a writer. You have a story. Let me help you get that story. So it's like a no-brainer for anyone who, wants to move forward. Now that's a reader who's working with a writer, but that's the way that we want to approach it as a reader, is that we are there, even in a scenario where we are writing a coverage to give to a producer. We're not coming from a place of, I'm going to shut this writer out because I know better. We're coming from a place of, how can I make this work? And I know too, the thing that the reader knows is what the producer wants. And that's the key. It's like, we know what the producer wants. So we can look at that and go, does this fit with that? It's not even so much about, is the screenplay good or bad? It's about, we know who we're reading for. We know what they're looking for. Is this that? And if it's not, why? And if it is, why? So good morning. So it's really like, that's our job, is to champion that reader. The flip side of that is to be that person who knows what the producer wants, to really be a support system for a producer. If a producer has a reader or a director, writer, whoever the person is that hired that reader, if they have a reader that they can, hey Marla, if they have a reader that they can trust, that they know is going to just stick to the story, that's not going to be about how smart and funny and clever that they can be. I know I've said that a couple of times because that's a lot of the way a lot of readers approach this, of like, wow, there's just an attitude about it. Like, we all write, like, it's like we're all in this together. And so producers love it when they get a reader who is like, no, this is cool, this needs work. Like, and remember when you said you were looking for this thing, this has that, but it needs this. So that's what they want, is they want a reader that then they know that is going to be coming from a place of, I mean, how I call it is coming from a place of love. Most producers don't put it that way, I'm gonna be honest, but to me, that's what it is. We come from a place of love. And we say, how can this story be something that will inspire millions? So that's, if a producer knows that that's where you're sitting and you're like, I'm going to look at this screenplay and I'm going to like really, really, really like look for what you want, like that's gold to a producer. Because the producer, I often give these like analogies. Producers they're the clown in the circus. What? Wait, what? The producer's the clown. The only reason I mean that is because they juggle or they spin plates or they juggle flaming batons, really is what they're doing. Producers wear a bajillion different hats. They're running around. They're doing everything from finding catering for, well, and nowadays it's even more like they have to find catering that, how do we feed people without touching anything? Like, it's like the emoji, that's the producer. So if they have someone, you know, and they're going to stop, they're going to be like, okay, I got this, okay, now let me sit down and read. Can you imagine that just day, like all this stuff going on to try and sit down and read? Really hard for a producer to do that. So that's where the reader comes in. So it's really cool, right? I think being a reader is really cool because we can usher in those stories. We can be that person that helps the writer. We can be that person that helps the producer, director, lawyer, agent, manager, distributor, whoever. And we can marry the two in a way that is, in a way that raises the bar, in a way that is creating better movies, better stories, better lives for people who come to movies, better lives for the writers who write that movie, better lives for the producers that asked you to read it. Like, we are in this beautiful, lovely, cool, fun, creative, spectacular position. And that, my friends, is what a reader is. Yeah, it's someone who reads screenplays for a living, but so much more. That's what we have for today. So I'm going to pop in each day, give you, as my friend calls, a knowledge bomb. She's so smart. So, knowledge bomb today. What is a reader? Does it sound cool? Sound like something that you might be interested in? Come to the masterclass. We have them Saturday and Sunday, and then perhaps more next week. But get on in there. So go to hollywoodgatekeepers.net/masterclass. Join us this weekend. We cannot wait. This is some of our favorite time is when we're doing this. So pop on in. We will see you in the masterclass. Cannot wait. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Come on into homeroom. I'm heading over there in like 20 minutes, 11:30 my time. I'm on the East Coast currently. Normally I'm a West Coaster. Right now I'm like fluctuating. So East Coast, 11:30. West Coast, 8:30, 9:30, and 10:30 for Central and Mountain. Did I do right? I think I did. Yeah, so come on in. Join us in homeroom. We just get together. We work for a couple of minutes. Would love to see you in there. If not, we'll see you in the masterclass. We'll see you there. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.